So, to start, I have been working on these for going on 6 hours. 100% worth it, but I'm tired. I decided to go ahead and watch some YouTube videos while I've been working on these because they are taking quite some time and I still have so many I need to do. While I've been working on my wedding invitations, I went ahead and decided to catch up a little bit with a YouTuber named Shane Dawson. Okay, listen. If you look at my YouTube channel, my account, I made this account years ago, like when YouTube was still a baby. Before Google bought it, before all of that stuff happened, back when you could rate it in stars, everything else have you. I was there for Dramageddon. I was there when the beauty community was happening. I was there through all of it. I have grown up and I choose to not care about any of the cancellations and the drama and whatever else have you. I don't have the time to run around hating people that I don't know in real life and for whatever their perceived values are or were, whatever, I don't care. But when I tell you, when I got to see Shane and Jeffree together again, that made me so happy. I don't even know how to describe. I don't know if I would necessarily call it nostalgia, but if you haven't watched Shane's, like, I think it was posted like 2 years ago, there's like 3 episodes of a thing that he did with Jeffree when he went to Wyoming, and him, Ryland, and Chris, I believe their new cameraman, like went and got to see the yaks and they talked and blah, blah, blah. When I watched that just a minute ago, that last episode, like towards the end of it, I cried because I just was like, what the fuck happened? What happened? And then I sat and thought for a moment and realized the internet happened. The internet happened. It was a Dramageddon. If you were there for that, if you remember that, oh my God. That was just a hot mess. It was such a hot mess. It's not even funny. And I was like full blown into it. I was like, oh my gosh, yes. Like with Toddy Westbrook and James Charles and Jeffree Star and Manny and everything like that. I've been goth and alternative for quite some time. So, you know, Jeffree Star was my go-to for makeup stuff. If I hadn't watched his videos, I would have never learned how to do makeup. Would have never learned. I did end up going to cosmetology school, but that only gets you so far. I have been a fan of Jeffree Star's since the beginning. MySpace era, when he was only doing music stuff. But, I mean, just the cancellation that happened was just so unnecessary. I understand, and listen, if you choose to hate him, if you choose to love him, if you choose to feel any kind of way about anyone on this planet, that is none of my business. Just like it's nobody else's business how I feel about stuff. To be honest with you, if you don't like my opinion, I'm sorry. If you want to go ahead and tell me how you feel and why you feel that way, you can put it in the comments down below. Please be civil, you know, because everybody's experience is different than my own. And I can understand that and I can respect that. But all of the cancel culture that was happening at that time, that we have to admit now that it's been like, I would say a collective of 4 or 5 years since cancel culture really took off. And I was fully a part of that. Not gonna lie to you. You know, we have to sit and think about how that was so unproductive. It's not even funny. It was just unproductive. It helped no one. It literally just created like mobs of people who were just a bunch of yes men. No matter what you were trying to do or who you were trying to cancel, what side of the political spectrum you're on, whatever, it doesn't really matter. everyone was doing it to a degree, and it's so toxic. It's just like, why? Why did we do that? But anyways, to see Shane and Jeffree hanging out, being friends, talking, and I have seen Tana Mojo's canceled podcast. I like to watch it because why not? It's just a bunch of people just sitting on a couch hanging out and chatting. With Jeffree, and Jeffree started going on a bunch of different podcasts and things like that, which is great because now I know that he has like a book coming out about his life, hopefully sometime within the next few years. I would love to read that. It's so great for creators to just keep creating, even if they get canceled or whatever else have you, or if they have allegations against them or whatever, because, you know, at the end of the day, we don't know any of these people in person. And even if you know somebody in person, in real life, you're not going to know who they actually are all the time. You're not going to know. So to just completely ruin people's lives for no reason, just now that I've grown and I have a family now and I've like moved on, I'm a functioning person. Now that I've had a chance to look back on all of that, I'm just like, what the fuck were we doing? I mean, it was just this toxic obsession with trying to pick at people where we were just being bullies. Sometimes the criticism was real, for sure. The criticism was warranted. The criticism was needed. But to keep on forever hating somebody, like putting your personal energy into that, is just so not a vibe. It's so unhealthy. I mean, you should not be having the time of day to be on Reddit, Instagram, X, or Twitter, whatever you want to call it now, even YouTube, TikTok, whatever, and just be like taking the time out of your day to just comment hateful shit all the time is just so unproductive. If you're still doing that, think about what you could be doing instead of that. Instead of spending so much time on social media, what could you be doing? You could be drawing, you could be reading, you could be creating your own content about what you like and what you know, what brings you passion, whatever else have you, and sharing that with other people instead of just your whole personality being that you hate a certain person. Because to be honest with you, there are a couple of like makeup Facebook groups that I'm in where it's just like, don't even mention Jeffree Star because it could trigger people. The world is not responsible for your triggers. You are responsible for your own triggers. You have to manage them and figure it out. Okay, and this is coming from somebody who has diagnosed complex PTSD. I have diagnosed autism. I have diagnosed ADHD. The list goes on. Okay, you have to figure your shit out. It is not everybody else's job to do that for you. It is also not anybody else's job to explain to you how to do that unless they are educated in it or have the same afflictions and want to share tips and tricks that they learned along the way. I don't even know what this video is. I just wanted to come on here and just say my piece because that time in my life where I was constantly... When Shane Dawson's videos went from like just random little... I've been watching him since the beginning as well. Like, I mean, since he did those Shanae skits and stuff, which are still funny. I said it. They're still funny. Okay? You have to be able to laugh at stuff. If you can't laugh at stuff, you're just going to be unhappy. I don't know what else to tell you. If you want me to elaborate on that in a different video, I will. But I've been watching him for so damn long. But when his content started to shift over to documentaries, I was like, oh my god, like this is fantastic. I love this because I watched the one with Graveyard Girl in it because I was a huge fan of hers at the time. The one obviously with Jeffree Star where they released their makeup palette. The one with Jake Paul because still to this day I'm not a fan of the Paul brothers, but I listen to Logan Paul's podcast because it's funny. You know, he did all these documentaries and like did these videos of like in real life and whatever else have you. I just, that time of my life, I was in such turmoil, and it was like, you know, like I mentioned, I'm autistic. I can't make friends. It's part of the reason why I'm on here. Um, but I was like, oh my gosh, like I have this parasocial group of friends. You know, like I didn't give a fuck that they were problematic or whatever else have you. I didn't care, because these were just, I mean, I grew up with Shane Dawson. I grew up with Jeffree Star. And Shane, if for some godforsaken reason you're watching this video, you are so loved and you are so fantastic. And I don't know if you have had your baby or not yet. I think you have. Congratulations. Keep making content. You know, you've paid your penance to whatever else have you. Don't even care about it. Same with Jeffree. Same with anybody who is trying to do something and has a fuckload of people just like like just no. Just no. I refuse to engage with it. I refuse. I am going to continue watching Shane Dawson probably for the rest of my life, as long as he's uploading videos. And I'm just going to choose to not care. And you shouldn't either. That's like saying you can't like you should never watch and hate the Guardians of the Galaxy movies and whatever else James Gunn works on because, oh, he's got allegations or whatever happened with that. I don't know. That's insane. You have to separate the art from the artist sometimes, and you don't know these people in person. And until somebody is convicted, don't align yourself with the allegations until you know in a court of law that things happened. I don't know. I don't know what this video is. It was just me rambling because I'm bored and I needed a minute to decompress before continuing to work on these fucking wedding invitations. So I'm going to get back to it. I will see you in the next video. If you have anything you want to say to me, go ahead and put it in the comments down below. I don't know when I'm going to upload more stuff. I just kind of do the Jenna Marbles thing of I upload when I want to upload. I'm not trying to make a career out of this. I just have been on YouTube for so long. I just enjoy making content, and hopefully all of this will be here when I'm gone. So, hope you're having a great day. See you later.